Welcome back to Newsday. Thank you so much for staying with us. Now to some local news where the Ondo State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has called on the State House of Assembly to begin the impeachment process against Governor Akeredolu for being absent from the state for a long time. The opposition party alleged that the governor had committed an impeachable offence for staying out of the state for more than 6 months, saying the need had arisen for the Assembly to commence the impeachment process against the governor. Publicity Secretary of the party, Kennedy Perete, says Ondo State had been on autopilot for almost 6 months, grounding all activities of the government due to the ill health of the governor. Well, Arise News analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now to discuss the call by the People's Democratic Party for the impeachment of Governor Akeredolu of Ondo State and developments from that state. Good day and welcome to the program, Mr. Sobowale.
It's a pleasure being here as usual.
Now, of course, we all know it's not a crime to be ill. But things are unfolding in what's becoming quite a controversial way in Ondo State. What's your take on the dynamics at play?
I'm happy you started with illness is not a crime. That's the only saving grace in that statement from the PDP. Because I will first of all say that it is just like a dog barking at the moon. They are in the minority. There are 4 seats in the House. APC has 22. They don't have the figure, the arithmetic to impeach the governor. But you see, it's not the first time that leaders have been sick. And we must learn to show empathy against people who are disabled physically one way or the other. We had a president here the other time who was sick for a long time. He survived it. And even when COVID came, he did not have COVID. Many people perished in COVID. So what I'm trying to say is that the PDP, even though it has said illness is not a crime, still went on to lambast the governor. I don't think that's fair enough. Because on the ground, right now, the Assembly is handling the impeachment of the deputy governor. And the party chairman, and other stakeholders have come to the state and have said they will settle the matter. The government or the governor is not an absentee governor. His party has come out in his support that he's doing what he has to do. It doesn't mean he has to be there physically. You know, the byproduct of COVID, Zoom and meetings in which you don't have to be physically present. Virtual meetings. So they should, I'll get philosophical now. Because even the governor, see, was such a powerful man. This is about the 3rd deputy he's about to impeach. When he got this 2nd term, he never thought that he would be this incapacitated and disabled physically. But that is life. I quote Shakespeare for you. The out brief candle. Life is but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frees his time upon the stage and then is had no more. It's like a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. So that's the human.
Dayo Shakespeare to justify.
So they should all know human beings, we are subject to frailties. We should not gloat over each other's frailties. And we should not back at the moon. You see, the only way that they could achieve what they are trying, impeachment of the governor, is for his party to turn against him. But that will never happen because the party is with him. But their party are collaborating with him in making sure he impeaches his deputy. But it's only the elders of the party, Ganguduji and so, who have said they will settle the issue politically and that the deputy governor should withdraw the cases against impeachment from the court. So it's a human situation. It's a human situation. And life goes on.
Well, thank you for the quotes, even blast from the past with Shakespeare as well.
I love Shakespeare.
And that's great. But Mr. Sobowale, in addition to the PDP, we also have groups like the Ondo State Conscience Movement. And they are saying that based on the governor's absence, that the state has suffered, in terms of the executive not being able to make some very crucial decisions. I know that you've rightly pointed out that, you know, everyone can fall sick, of course, but empathy can only be given when there is relative transparency. So do you think that it's time for us to hear, or the people of Ondo State to hear from the governor to know the true state of affairs so that
the presidential system is a system of checks and balances. That three centers of power: executive, legislature, and the judiciary. All of them are functioning very well in this impeachment. You know, the state chief judge at first said he will not take up the case. You see, it's not the duty of the legislature alone to do the impeachment, because the deputy has gone to court. It is the court who will interpret the procedure and process for impeachment. That is ongoing. That has nothing to do with Akeredolu now. And running the state, I mean, it does not need to come and run the state on a television station like our own. You get me? Like I pointed out, he can contact people through many means without even appearing physically. So I believe the party, I believe in the legislation when they say that he's doing all the functions required of him. Unless you have another avenue of information.
Well, we still haven't been able to confirm when the State Executive Council meeting was last held. And of course, there's still the controversy with his deputy, Akeredolu, as well. So appears to be a huge power vacuum, because in the absence of, you know, as we said, it's not a crime to be ill. You're absent, you're taking some time off, or you're working virtually, no problem. We would expect there to be a present and a strong deputy, ensuring that there's no leadership vacuum. Okay. However, there's a struggle between, you know, Akeredolu is fighting for his political survival as well.
No leadership vacuum. There's a power tussle in the executive. You get me now? And then it's a system of checks and balances. The power tussle is in the executive. But this legislation, you get me, that can impeach. So, that to me is a beautiful display of the way the presidential system works, in the system of separation of powers and checks and balances. That is what it's on. It's not vacuum. It's the power tussle, and that is politics.
So since you also have a reputation for your predictive abilities, how does this end? How does this play out? Return or resign in terms of the call for PDP?
The party has intervened. Yeah. I expect the deputy to withdraw his case. Invariably. You know, he still wants to complete his tenure. It's natural. So the party intervenes, and the only cost to him is to withdraw his case. I'm sure he will gladly do that and serve out the remaining part of his term. That is, if the governor does not become adamant that he cannot work with him again. But then that is politics. That is politics. But hopefully, like the party said, like the party chairman said, they will resolve it politically, not through litigation.
While these things are happening politically, in the executive, power tussles, whatever we want to call them, you know, they say, since today we're quoting, they say when the elephants fight, it's the grass that suffers. So while all of this is playing out from the comfort of whether it be Ibadan or Government House or wherever they are located, the reality is that the affairs of Ondo State, the people of Ondo State, are not experiencing the level of service delivery that they should be from their executive, because everybody is engaged in this quote-unquote power tussle.
No, you have ignored, see, you have taken the side of the PDP.
I'm just observing events as they unfold.
The APC have said the opposite of what you have said. You have not quoted APC. You are quoting power vacuum,
Okay, let's quote APC. The grass is still suffering, though. So what happens to the grass?
Who is the elephant?
The elephants are the executive, who are in the power tussle, as you've described
the party is the ground, and the party.
No, the people, the citizens of Ondo State are the grass.
Fight, it is the ground that suffers.
In the grass.
The grass that suffers.
Yes.
Who is the grass now? The grass is the party.
The citizens of Ondo State.
Who is their representative? Political parties.
The elephants.
The party majority, which has 22.
Are we going to have a philosophical?
I'm enjoying this. Please, go ahead.
I said, you have to be philosophical. There's nothing else to say. If people are backing at the moon and we are discussing that here, there's no way PDP can have him impeached. It is an exercise in futility. They don't have the numbers. So whether the elephants fight in the skies or fight in the ground, see, the majority party has said the governor is working. So you don't have a mandate to say otherwise.
Sam.
The beauty of democracy.
Thank you so much. All right. All right, news analysts. Mr. Dayo, thank you for your time here on Newsday. It's always a pleasure to have you. Thank you for your insight.